Hi and welcome back to my channel. I didn't film an intro because I'm an idiot. Well, I think I saw a Tati video about this brand, but I don't remember anything about that video. I just found it at my local CVS. Okay, so I'm just gonna jump right in. Take off my glasses. And the first thing I'm gonna do is use the primer. I picked the mattifying primer because I generally have kind of oily skin. So I'm just gonna put this. Oh, okay. It's everywhere. I think I used too much. Ooh. It feels really thick. It feels kind of like a blurring or like a pore minimizing thing. Okay, so I put it in kind of like the T-zone on my cheeks because that's where I get oily, a little bit on my chin. I'm gonna be using the Angel Food Cushion Foundation. I'm just gonna dip my sponge into it.
It's supposed to be like medium coverage. That looks pretty good. I have like acne and acne scars, so maybe I should have something a little more full coverage, but I don't always want full coverage, you know?
Okay, so it's, I would say very medium because I can still see like my freckles through it. You can still see like the acne that I've got. I don't know if you can because of the sun or whatever, the distance. Not bad. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. So the next thing I'm gonna use is the full cover concealer. I'm just gonna put it on the back of my hand. And I didn't see eye primer, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put the concealer all over my eyelid as well. It's actually pretty easy to blend out and decent coverage, I'd say. So I squirted out not that much and I got pretty much everything that I needed. So now I'm gonna use the setting powder. It feels really, really thin. It makes me think of the Urban Decay Velvetizer. It's that thin and, you know, that velvety texture. Oh god, it's poofing everywhere. Oh, this powder goes everywhere the second you try and use it. I don't know if you can see that giant poof that just went in my eye. Okay. I just want to be done with this powder. But I think it works pretty good so far anyway. Everything's matted down and very smooth and it feels nice. But the next thing I'm gonna do is my eyes. I'm gonna use this eyeshadow palette. Just in my initial like swatching and touching of them, they feel really nice and I think they swatch really well. The only thing about this one that I've had trouble with so far is that it is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shimmery like shades and then only one matte, and then the matte, well, is it matte? It looks like it has a little bit of sparkle in it, to be honest. But the matte is like really dark, so I don't know how this is gonna go. But I'm just gonna throw the matte like a, you know, like a crease shade. I guess I'll use this. I'm just gonna use this fluffy brush. There's a lot of like powder in the pan. Ooh. Okay, it's quite pigmented. Alright, we're just gonna put this everywhere because that's where it's getting anyway. Including on the bottom. So that's what we have. I'm just gonna use like a couple. Oh god. It just scares me because it's so dark. And it's pretty pigmented. Or whatever. Oh, this eye looks like beaten. I'm just putting this everywhere just because that's where it got, and I wasn't expecting that. Probably should have used a smaller brush. But, nice. Here's where we're at. Wow. You can't really see it because of all the light here, but I feel like I look like bruised and bloodied. So, I'm gonna go in. Oh, and that was the shade Birkin, by the way. I'm gonna go into probably the shade Rosé, which is really pretty. I wish this had a little mirror, but I mean, the packaging is like cardboardy, but it is only $10. So I mean, if you wanted to like take out the shades and put them in like a magnetic palette or something, that's totally doable. So I'm just doing this with my finger because that's what I would do with any eyeshadow like this.
The eyeshadow is really pretty. I gotta go a little bit down here. That eyeshadow is really pretty. It's a little darker than I wanted to do with the look. But that has to do with the fact that the only matte shade was a dark brown. I probably shouldn't have put it all over. I probably should have just gone right in the corner. But that's what I did. I'm just gonna wipe this off this. And I'm gonna go in the shade Baby Doll. And maybe that'll help me lighten it up a little.
Honestly, the shadows like seem really nice. The eye look that I've got going is not the best, but the shades feel really nice. Yeah, so I feel like there's like a lot of like fallout and ooh, that doesn't look good. I'm just gonna take my sponge that still has like everything on it and try and kind of like cover that lower part. Okay, is that better? I don't know. There's the eye look. We're just gonna leave it at that because I get annoyed with doing my eyes. So the next thing I'm gonna use is this eyeliner. It's just auto eyeliner. It was just like, they've got like gel, I think, and like a marker one. But this one just looked like the kind that I would use the most. And honestly, I don't really do my eyeliner that much, so this isn't gonna look very good. I don't really think it looks very good, but it's good for me. Oh, I don't like it at all. It's not the eyeliner's fault, I don't think. I think it's just that I'm not very good at doing eyeliner. That's gonna be good enough, probably. I still have to do the other eye. Usually, I don't even, like, at this point, I don't even really wear eyeliner that much. And this is why.
I'll figure out this because I need a certain angle.
So, part of this, so this eye always looks worse, I think, when I do my eyeliner. And part of that is because I wear glasses because my eyes are not as good as, you know, everyone else's. Ow! But what's worse about doing this eye is that this is the eye that can actually see well, and then this eye sees everything a little bit not right. I don't know. So about the eyeliner specifically, and not my lack of ability to use it, because it's blocking out my face completely, it seems really hard. Like, I'm almost surprised it's not like broken off or anything. So it's also like it picked up like all the eyeshadow. This just doesn't look good. I'm not good at doing my eyeliner. Send help. Okay. So there it is. It's not the worst, but it's not good either. I'm just gonna move on from that and hope that the mascara overpowers it. Did you hear my fiance burp in the other room? The door is closed and I can still hear that burp. So I'm just gonna move on to mascara. And I'm using Ice Cream Volume and Lengthening Mascara. And one thing I worry about this one is that on the wand, the bristles are really, really short. And I don't know if that's like good for lengthening or volume or whatever, but it is nerve-wracking to say the least for me, for it to be that short. I don't know why, it just makes me really nervous. Ow. So I'm gonna ruin that beautiful eye look that I just put together with mascara, which is what usually happens. That's pretty decent mascara, I think. I think it looks pretty good. Let's see if my blinking like block it anywhere. Actually, the small bristles on this is probably helping me because I always have trouble getting that inner part right there, and I didn't have that much trouble with this one. I always do like the crazy eyes to try and get all the lashes. And I never know how to get this side's lower lashes, so I just do this. And it's freaking weird because my mouth is shaped like this when I do my eyeliner, or my eye, whatever this is called, mascara. Ow. I'm really afraid of like hitting my nose with this because I always hit my nose. I wonder how this would do with, sometimes I use the, I think is it Maybelline that does the Lash Paradise, I think so. I've been using the like primer or whatever they came out with, and I think it does a good job to like make the lashes longer. So here's my lashes, if you can see them. I hope the camera caught that. Okay, moving on. So I got the Precision Brow Pencil, which has just like a roll-up brow thing. This is close to what I use, but this is like really hard. I don't know like what I, usually use like a lot softer than this, so that's gonna be cool. And it's got a spoolie on the other side, so ooh, almost knocked over my brushes. Anyway, and my brows don't need that much help. They've always been like pretty thick, and I'm like scratching off like either foundation or eyebrow dandruff, and a bit of both. So all I usually do is just kind of like draw with the hairs and then try to give it like a vague outline. I'm not into like the Instagram brow. I don't know if that's like phased out or anything, but like I just want it to look normal and natural, but I don't know. There's not that much of it. It doesn't really make that much of a difference, but
I like this. I think it's doing pretty well.
it is like still kind of scratchy on my skin, but not like painful. I never even did my eyebrows for a long time, so I don't know if I'm doing this right. Probably not. Not bad. So my camera ran out of memory, but here are my eyebrows. And next thing we're gonna move to is the cheeks. So the only thing I got was this palette, a blush and bronze palette, because one, it was pretty much the only blush that I saw. And then there was also a highlighter that I could have gotten, but it looked terrible and powdery, so I didn't even bother with it. I'm just gonna live without that today, I guess. So I feel like I need to move fast because my camera keeps saying it's out of memory, even though I've deleted all the older things. So what I was doing was bronzing slash contouring. I don't really know how to do either of them, so I just call it both. And I just do like this. So I went ahead and did that. I don't think you could really tell. You can kind of tell. I usually go up around here and just kind of like do that for reasons. Oh, it's starting to show up. It's kind of pink. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna move on. I'm just gonna do the blush out of that. I'm just gonna get it from the middle part. So just comparing my two sides of my face, not that much of a difference. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm kind of beating my cheeks with this brush, so. And then I guess the last thing in here, I guess we can try and do like highlighting. Basically did nothing. One of the last things we have to do. But I'm looking the most forward to because it's my favorite part, is a liquid lipstick. This one is a matte liquid lipstick and it's in the shade Peanut Butter. It smells like like alcohol setting spray. It feels pretty good. It smells awful. Got out my teeth. It doesn't feel like real heavy or sticky. I don't know how well it's gonna dry down or if it's gonna be crumbly or whatever. But it feels pretty good and I like the color of it. Can you see? So yeah, I like that. So we'll see how long lasting it is. It doesn't really say like, it just says liquid lipstick. matte liquid lipstick. So I'm assuming it's supposed to last, but it doesn't really say like 12 hours or whatever. So then I think I've used everything I have except for the setting spray. So this is the Dewy setting spray, and I already tested it, and here, let's see. It's pretty good spray. It seems pretty strong, like forceful, but I'll just hold it like back here. Okay. Okay, that's good enough. I'm gonna stop. And so this is the final look. So let's go see how it looks outside in the actual sun. So I decided not to actually go outside because it's a little too sunny and chilly out there. But standing here, like, I can see my mistakes. But I can actually see the blush and the bronzer, which I couldn't see in the lighting that I was in. So it doesn't look great, but it's visible. It's not bad. This blush is driving me crazy though. There's my eyes. So it's been like 4 or 5 hours, and I accidentally took a nap for like that entire time. I'm not liking how the eyeliner is looking, and my eyes feel kind of scratchy, but I don't know. I think maybe the like blush and stuff has worn off. It's hard to tell because it didn't really have any pigment. And also, this thing was like $14, and it's like the most expensive thing besides the foundation, and it doesn't even really show up. Like when it did, it was way too pink for like bronzer at least. Maybe I should have used that part for the blush. I don't know. I don't like that. So I just got back from dinner. I think my lipstick did really well. I'm really happy with that lipstick. Here's what my eyes look like. It's been on for about 6 or 7 hours at this point. I think overall it's been really good. I mean, it's hard to tell because it is lighter coverage, so. Alright, so I don't know if you can tell how good my camera is. I'm not sure. It stayed pretty well. I've been wearing it for about 6 or 7 hours, but I'm just gonna break down like what I liked and what I didn't like. I'll just start with like polar opposites. My least favorite was the blushing bronzer palette. This thing was like 14 bucks, and it barely showed up on my skin. I had to build it up a lot to even show up, and I have pretty fair skin, so I'm not a fan. I also just in general don't usually like the pans that are all one big pan and they're just like ombre, but it was like the only option they had. So would not recommend this. My absolute favorite thing I tried was the liquid lipstick, which let me see if I can find the price of. I think it was $6.99. I'll have to look that up. But it was my favorite. It stayed on pretty well through a like really long nap where I definitely drooled, and then it also stayed on through dinner, and I had burger and fries, so I definitely like that a lot, and we'll be looking at their other colors. As for kind of like okay, I can't really tell if this really helped or if it's just like, or if it was more the powder. I don't know if it was the powder or the primer, but it stayed on pretty well. I didn't get really greasy. I didn't do a lot, and it's getting to be fall, so it's not like I was really sweaty outside. But I think I liked these pretty well. Like, not bad. I definitely like the texture of this, and I'd like to compare it to the Urban Decay Velvetizer. And then the foundation and concealer, I'd say both were pretty good. Pretty fair, like what I would want. But I think it applied pretty well, blended pretty well, as well as this. I like it pretty well, and I'll probably wear it again if I don't want too full foundation, and they both are pretty lightweight, despite this concealer being full coverage. As for things that are just okay, right on the line for me, those are all more towards my favor. The brow pencil and the eyeliner. The brow pencil and the eyeliner were both kind of hard and scratchy than the mascara. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, the mascara is done really well, actually. It's not like falling off or anything, and it's not very clumpy, so actually this should have been higher on the list. I should put this up closer with the liquid lip. The setting spray, I don't really have any complaints about it. And then, oh yeah, my other favorite besides the lipstick is the eyeshadow. They just felt really nice. I don't think I got a great look out of it because I really could have used a matte, like, creamy color, but if I would have had like a good crease shadow instead of just putting this dark shade all over the place, I think it would have come out nice. But I definitely see myself using this in the future. Things that I highly recommend is the eyeshadow and the liquid lipstick. Those are both definitely really good. I think things I definitely would not recommend is this cheap palette. Didn't like it. Things I probably really wouldn't bring up ever are the pencils and the setting spray. And then the things that are right down the middle is pretty much everything else. Actually, I should probably put the mascara was actually pretty nice. Went on well. It didn't like chip off and leave like a bunch of like black smudges or anything. So actually I should probably put that higher on the list. But the ones that are like right in the middle for me is all the like, are these called complexion products? But just the face products like the powder and the foundation, the concealer, and the primer. I think they all worked well, but it's nothing I'm like crazy about, although I probably will use all of them again. So there's that. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you found it helpful and that you have a great day. Bye!